Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And I've been hearing a lot of people ask me lately, hey Tiny, what does your arena lineup look like? So we're going to go ahead and take a look. My arena lineup is a bit in flux right now. I'm going to go ahead and try to take on Hyper Alloy here. And I've been working with a couple of different lineups. So this is one of the lineups I've been working with. The leader, Phasma, Dooku, Sidious, Geonosian Soldier, Poggle. The problem is I'm not quite there with this lineup yet. The Geonosian Soldier is missing some gear, so he's not quite fast enough. And against a lot of lineups with Poe, he goes actually after Poe, and he has some trouble in those lineups. So I'm not able to deal enough damage quite quickly enough. So for this particular opponent, I'm going to get rid of this lineup. I'm going to show you the other lineup I've been using, which is Poggle as the leader, the two IGs, and Geonosian Soldier. I do actually, and Poe of course, I do actually use, instead of IG-88, I sub in Dooku against Jedi, and that ends up being rather powerful, as Dooku can usually lock down a Jedi because he's quite great. The problem with this lineup, it's super powerful, but the problem is it's basically a coin flip. And it's really frustrating when you lose the coin flip a couple times in a row. Like there, I just lost the coin flip, and probably now I will be obliterated into oblivion unless the computer does something very odd. Which they kind of did, but they killed the Geonosian Soldier. So most likely we're dead before we even got started. However, had we won that coin flip and our Poe had gone first, our opponent would have been dead before we even got started. So it's the real problem of the droid on droid lineup, that it can be incredibly fast in a negative way, right? There's not a lot of strategy involved. It's pretty much flip a coin, see who wins it, go from there. So against a lineup like this that Kaio has, this is where I would sub in Dooku for IG-88. And I tend to prefer these kind of matchups where I can lock down some of the Jedi with IG-88 while my other people are going. Let's see if there's any other people I'd want to play against. This would be a lineup that I would also quite like to play against. It only really has one heavy hitter, so that would work out quite well. So what I'll do is come back in 8 minutes and 44 seconds to continue this video, and we'll see if this person is still available and see how our lineup does against this guy. Alright, it's been exactly 8 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's see if we can still fight Joe Lightyear and see if it goes a little bit better for us. As you notice, he really only has the one glass cannon. We have no one that gets crushed by Dooku. It's really going to come down to, can Phasma do some incredibly lucky things? If not, I think we might be okay in this one. And at least it's not a coin flip. The coin flips can be soul crushing. That worked out really well. Nobody died. All of our guys get to go now. We will kill him first and then follow up and try to kill... It's interesting, we could just kill Poggle, but I think there's a really high probability we take him down. Yes. And that helps a lot. The question becomes, do we just try to shoot Poggle? I think we'll try to ability block these guys, but the game's over at this point. It really doesn't matter. He probably will kill no one. I don't think he'll get through Poe even before he dies. So as you can see, this lineup does really well when the glass cannons don't die. When the glass cannons don't die, the deck can, or the lineup can basically dominate. All right, here we go. Goodbye, Poggle. Here we go. Calling a buddy. Boosh! He did. So there you go. That matchup works out a little bit better for us. There's no coin flip involved. We just came in and stomped him. So there we go. Actually, there was a coin flip with Poe, but we went early enough, or we endured his attack. Is my point. He didn't have enough glass cannons to actually be able to take us down. Another interesting matchup for us is a lineup like this with Yoda, with Qui-Gon, that our Dooku can usually handle pretty well. But that'll have to be for the next episode. So there you go. Those are the two main lineups I am trying right now. Very soon that's going to change, as my Qui-Gon is now 5 stars. I'll be able to get a 5-star Yoda this week. So I'll be playing around with a lineup actually fairly similar to what Qzin is running here, with Qui-Gon and Yoda and Geonosian Soldier. Some of the top lineups are doing things like what Jex is doing here, where they're throwing in Rey as well to have a super fast lineup. The Soldier, Rey, Qui-Gon, Yoda are all incredibly fast, and Royal Guard can be a really, really strong tank to put out there as well. He's not quite as free to play as Poe is, but he can be acquired over time, and I'm working on him as well. So see you next time on Tinygrams Games.